Alright, so this is a quick look at a Context watch. So it's the men's watch. You'll see my other photographs of it for a close look. All in, it feels very solidly made. I'm very happy with it. But the reason for making this video is just to give you an idea of how you can actually take links out for yourself. Chances are, if you're buying a watch online, you're not wanting to bother with jewelers, and if you buy a watch online, chances are it's too big. So you'll see here, if I put this on out of the box, I'm a fairly large guy. Wrists aren't huge, but you can see there's a good bit of slack in the bottom. So first thing to do is estimate how many links you might want to take out. So you can see there as I fold that over, we're probably going to want to take out 3 or 4. So what I'll probably do first of all is take out 3 and see how comfortable that is. So to take the links out, you need a couple of tools. And these I picked up on eBay for a few pounds. One is a little vise. We're not going to use this bit. But what you can do is you set the watch on over the hole and you punch the pin through the hole. And the other thing you need then is the little punch. And it's just sized to fit into the pin. And something to use as a hammer. This came in the little pack I had. So, first thing to take note of is whenever you look at the inside of the watch strap, you should see some little arrows. You can just make them out there at my thumb tip, and those tell you the direction that those pins should come out. So, if I'm going to take out 3, I'm going to want to take them out evenly, so I don't want to take 3 out at one side, I'll take 2 out at one and 1 out at the other. So first things first is to release the clasping mechanism. And to do that, you just poke that into the little spring pin and the pin pops out. Make sure not to lose that, because you're going to need that to put it back together. So set that aside safely somewhere. And that leaves you with this. Now, you'll see all those links are the same except the final link. The final link is different. So you need to take off the final link, take out the 2 that you want to remove, and then put the final link back in. So let's have a quick go at that. So as I mentioned, there's the arrow pointing down, there's the pin that I want to take out to release this part. So we're going to line that up over the little hole on the little holder. Set the pin, the little punch into place, and give this a couple of taps. There we go. And you'll see the pin had just fallen out beneath. And that's all that's holding that link into place. One little split pin. So we're going to set that aside because we'll need that whenever we go to put that finishing link back into place. So now we're going to go ahead and pop out the 2 links that I don't want. Same story. There we go. As soon as that goes free, you know your pin's out. There we go. We can just, once it gets past the first little bit, it's quite loose. You can see that there, just slides right out. And there's my 2 spare links. So I'm going to set those aside in case I decide to sell the watch in future, in case I put on a bit of weight or whatever. And let's go ahead and put this back in. Now the arrows tell you direction that the link has to come out. But whenever you're putting the link back in, you do it in reverse order. Now it's going to be quite difficult to see in this video, but there's the top of the pin and there's the bottom. The bottom you might just be able to make out is slightly fatter, and that is the fatness, that's what holds it into place. So you want to put it in thin end first, and that's the same direction that it came out. So that is going in against the direction of the arrow. So that's it, just sticking up slightly. And all I'm going to do is take some sort of a soft hammer, in this case this little plastic tool, and give it a few wee taps. And that sets it flush, and then just to set it in just a little hair more, just to be sure that it won't ever break loose, I'm going to use that little punch again. So I'm setting that just on top of the pin, and tap tap, a couple more, being careful not to push it out the other side, and there we go. That's that back into place, and that's that one side shortened by 2 links. The last thing to do is to put this back in and connect it back up to the clasp. Now you'll notice whenever I said I needed 3 or 4, I only took out 3. This gives you the option to remove half a link effectively. So whenever it comes, it's in the outer hole. but if you find it's just slightly too large for you, you can then move this into the inner. So for now I'm going to put it onto the inner because I reckon I need a 3 or 4. And to do that, you simply slot that pin through the end piece, set it into place so that you get the pin latching in on one side, so you can just possibly make it out there, it's latched into the second hole, and then put a little bit of pressure on it, and we're going to use something like a pair of tweezers or a screwdriver or whatever just to get that pin pushed in flat. And if you've got a little bit of pressure down, you can see that just slides in. And if I pull that down gently, wiggle it around, that's that pin engaged. And you can just make that out there. So there's the pin engaged at that side and at the other side, and that's it now secure. To do the other side, it's exactly the same story. Just release the spring pin, remove the end link, remove the link you want, and put the end link back into place and put it back together. And it's as simple as that. You've just saved yourself maybe £10 from going to a jeweler and having the jeweler do it. You've learned how to do it yourself, and yeah, that's it. You've got the tools now to do it yourself. You can do it for friends. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any comments, please feel free to post them on this video. Thank you.